What's that?
DJ Metal Craig of Craig's Metal Storm here, and I have one of the members of Grand Slam with me today. Hey, how's it going? And would you like to introduce yourself and what position you do in the band?
Yeah, I'm. My name is Laurence Archer. I'm the guitar player and main writer of Grand Slam since 1984 in the original concept, and to this day today.
Please go back in the history of Grand Slam and how the band all got started.
Well, the original band in the 80s was myself and Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy and a couple of other people. And these days, it's myself, a singer called Mike Dyer, and a drummer called Benji Reed, and a bass player called Rocky Newton. We all have our various paths regarding who we played with over the last couple of decades. But yeah, that's the main structure of the band. Yeah, it's basically a four-piece, and we have a keyboard player that comes out with us when we do live shows.
That's cool, man. How did you guys come up with the band name Grand Slam?
Well, Grand Slam originally was myself and Phil Lynott sat on his stairs in his house discussing what we were going to call it, and Grand Slam just came out of nowhere. We were talking about just calling it Slam for a long time, and then we added Grand to it. I don't know why. I mean, it's a long time ago, but yeah, we added the Grand. You know, so we were thinking about, you know, the all-conquering winning the Grand Slam, as it were. You know, so that's where it came from.
This next one's a bit of a tricky one, but a good one to ask the bands. Who designed the Grand Slam band logo?
Basically, it was myself and an artist who I can't name. I can't give you the actual name of the guy, but it's so long ago. But the original one was done between me and an artist who I believe did some of the original Thin Lizzy artwork.
That's cool, man. I didn't know you couldn't name the artist, but it's fine. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
How did you guys come up with the video for There Goes My Heart?
Well, that was between myself and the singer Mike. We like to every song on the album, on the new album, Wheels of Fortune, tells a bit of a story. And when I originally wrote this song, I wrote it a little bit more as a bit of a soppy love song, really. And we wanted to change it up, so we made it into this thing about, is it the girl, is it the car type of thing. And I live in Spain, and I got all the guys over here in Spain, and we used all our sort of local scenery. I managed to procure the car, and the girl in the video is actually my wife. And Mike and I did like a storyline along with a director. You know, just telling the story about, you know, is it the girl, is it the car, and it just went from there, really, you know.
Right on, man. And just so you know, I jammed that song before I jumped into the interview with you. I think the song is absolutely sick and amazing, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. It means a lot.
With Wheel of Fortune coming out June 7th, where can the album be pre-ordered?
If you go on to the Grand Slam Rocks Facebook and grandslamrocks.com, The links to all the pre-order stuff is on there, so it's all ready to go, man. Silver Lining record company, which is basically Warner Brothers. It's the same. You can download it from there, or you can pre-order from there.
Cool. And before we get into the next question, I'd like to thank Silver Lining Records for setting up with us with this interview today.
Yeah. No, cool.
Who designed?
They're great people.
Yeah, they are. I've been working with them for a little while now. This is my first interview I'm doing with them, but I feel good. I'm having a fun time with you and enjoying myself today, buddy.
Good, man. Good. I hope so. I hope you enjoy the music, man. That's the thing.
Yeah, I've actually been a fan of you guys since the 80s. I had one of your albums back then in an original format, and one of my ex-drinking buddies, before I quit drinking, stole it from me.
Yeah. Are you going to get another one?
I don't know. I'm trying to find the album I can, but up here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, most of the stuff's discontinued.
Yeah. Well, what you want to do is get the first album that I released in 2019 that has most of the original songs on it, but done with the new lineup, but it's done in the proper way. And there's the whole reason for me doing this in the first place was to put the songs out there in a proper manner so the fans could hear the songs as the way they should be, instead of a lot of the bootlegs and sort of bootleg record companies putting out demos. Well, they're not even demos, they're just work in progress tapes that were stolen from Phil's studio back in 1984 or 86.
I see, man. We'll get on to the next question. Who designed the Wheel of Fortune album art?
We have a guy called Kurt Evans who basically does our album covers. He also, I think he's done a couple of bits for Def Leppard and some various other artists. And we got him, myself, and Mike, the singer, basically discussed with him what we wanted. And after several attempts, we got to where we wanted to go, and we also had, we're in the progress. We've done about 4 or 5 videos for the album already, but we have another video which we're in the progress of doing, which is an animated video. And the characters you see on the artwork are sort of from that animation.
That's cool, man. Sorry, just lost my place in the questions for a sec. And I also got to clear my throat. What are the band's immediate music career goals?
Well, the main goal is to put the band in the place it should be, and to we want to get out there and play as live as much as possible, because that's where it's at. That's where we like to be. I love the production side of stuff. I produced this album, and I love the writing, producing, and recording, the whole process. But the end goal really is to get out there, tour everywhere we can go that will take us. That's our thing. We want to get out there and do it. It's essentially, even though the band originally was going in '84, this is essentially a new band since 2019. So that's our goal, to get back out there, and do what we want, do what we like doing, and getting in front of you guys.
That's cool, man. And just want to let you know this. I hope you guys, when you do get on tour, if you can make it up here, come to Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada for a show.
Yeah, we'd love to, man. We'd really love to. We'll basically do everything we can to get stateside and Canada, and everywhere we can, Europe wise. We're doing quite a few shows in Europe, but if we can make the step over the water, we definitely will.
Right on. What are some of your favorite moments when in the studio?
But almost always my favorite moment in the studio is well, I have two really, and that is one when I start to see the fruits of my labor come to fruition by, I when I write a song, I hear it in my head. I hear the end product in my head, and when I get close to it in the studio, that's when I start. That's like the euphoria moment for me, when it's really starting to sound like what I had in my head. And then the other the other time when I really have good fun is when I'm playing the guitar, playing doing the solos on the tracks. That's like an away day, play day for me. I love it.
Right on. This next one's a bit of a tricky one, but a good one. What are some of the festivals you performed at?
The best shows, did you say?
Festivals. What are some of the
Oh,
festivals?
festivals. Well, with this new lineup, we've done quite a few European festivals, and I must say that nearly everyone has been great and on a similar level. I live here in Spain, and we've done the Legends of Rock Festival, and that was huge audience, great show, great day. It was like 48 degrees when we were on stage, so it was really really hot. So we played like midday, middle of the day, not midday, but and we all had to jump into ice buckets, man, after, because it was so hot. But the show was incredible.
Does the band have any band gear endorsements?
Yes, I'm a Black Star amplification artist. Also, a Right On Straps artist, which is what I got on my T-shirt. And essentially, the only guitars I play are Gibson. So I have a relationship with Gibson guitars. Um, as far as anything else goes, the drummer is endorsed by DW Drums.
Right on. That leaves us with three more for the interview, and then we need the station IDs from you.
Okay.
I'm just thinking a third last question right now, which is, shoot. Does the band have any upcoming shows?
We are just about to. I'm going back to the UK to do three bonus tracks for our Japanese release, and then go straight into rehearsals for a festival in Paris. We're doing in June, on the 1st of June, in a couple of weeks' time. And then we are in Sweden doing about a week of shows in Sweden. And then we have, where's the next one? We have a festival in Ireland. We have 2 days in Ireland, and then we are back in France. After that, we haven't booked any shows because we're really waiting for the release of the album. When that happens, we are hoping to jump on probably a really good support tour or a double headline tour, like as ASAP.
Awesome. Who are the band's musical influences?
I would say Thin Lizzy, obviously. UFO. These are for me. UFO. Ozzy Osbourne. We have many, but it's mainly the classics. The classic rock bands. I mean, any you know, we try and introduce quite a lot of melody into our songs, but I love all the classic rock stuff, you know. I mean, obviously I was in UFO for a while, but I grew up listening to UFO and Thin Lizzy and Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz, and that type of era of band. So, I mean, I don't think that we are particularly influenced in the end product. We do what we do very naturally. That's just the way we are, the way we play, and what we do. You know.
Right on. Just so you know, I'm a fan of stuff like Pink Floyd, Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Rob Halford,
Yeah.
Iron Maiden. I like all those stuff. I'm also into heavier stuff like Deicide, Cannibal Corpse, the death metal scene, and the black metal scene. I'm all over the
Yeah.
spectrum of music because I love music so much.
Yes, that's great, man. It's good to be diverse, man. It's good to listen to all those things. And yeah, I love Judas Priest. In fact, Judas Priest was probably one of the first bands I ever saw live in England. I can't even think how long ago it was, but it was probably the late 70s at Hammersmith Odeon. I saw them and it was probably, I don't know whether it's the original lineup, but it was certainly the classic lineup with KK and Glenn Tipton on guitar. But yeah, I love Judas Priest, man. I love Judas Priest.
That's cool, man. And we're gonna get to the last question of the interview now, and I'll need the station IDs. What new band news do you have on the Grand Slam front? As in anything we haven't covered so far in this interview?
Well, we're gonna do a couple of we're gonna do a couple of tracks, which are going to be like bonus tracks, but we're going to put them out on as special releases. And we're probably going to do a very classic cover of a Thin Lizzy song, or basically a traditional song, but it's Thin Lizzy covered it. All I would say is watch out for the album. It's on the 7th of June. But before that, the first album hit the ground. I've overdubbed. Well, I've put the new bass player on it, which is Rocky Newton, who was in Lionheart and MSG, Michael Schenker Band, and also he did all the BVs on the Def Leppard albums. But he's our bass player, and he's been a long-term friend of mine for a long time. So I've put him on the old album, and Jem Davis, this keyboard player from FM, they are on the old album, and I've remixed it and remastered it, and it's coming out as another limited edition, and I think it's out in May, just before the release of the main album, the new album, Wheels of Fortune. So that's something to keep your eyes out for, because it will be something special, you know.
Right on, man. Can't wait to get both of them when I have a bit of money to buy them. And that leaves us with the station IDs now, which is the first one goes, hey, this is Lawrence of Grand Slam, and you're listening to Mangled Music Radio.
Hey, this is Laurence from the Grand Slam. You're listening to what was it again? Let me do it again.
Mangled Music Radio.
Mangled Music Radio, okay. Hey, this is Laurence from Grand Slam. You're listening to Mangled Music Radio.
Cool, man. That's a keeper. And the second one is for Craig's Metal Storm.
Okay. Hey, this is Laurence Archer from Grand Slam. You're listening to Craig Metal Storm.
Cool. Thank you very much for your time. And thank you very much for the interview today, man. I'll let the label know how it went. And you did awesome today, buddy.
Thank you, man. It's good to talk, man.
Yeah. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.
And you, Guy. Take care.
Will do. Bye.